Business Focus with Kudzi Sharara on the Champions League Breakfast.
Good morning and welcome to Business Focus, where we discuss a lot of what's happening in the world of business. You have questions, feel free to drop them up on our WhatsApp platform 0719 100404. Good morning to you, Kudzi. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Tinashe. Good morning, everyone.
Great. How was your stay in Vic Falls?
My stay was fantastic.
So, Kudzi, I read that government has come down on illegal forex dealers. Can you tell us more about that and what are the implications?
Yes, Tinashe. So last night, and I think it's in the papers as well this morning, where Treasury, that's government through the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, published about 51 contractors and suppliers that have since been blacklisted for diverting the Zimbabwean dollar payments that they would have received and diverting them to parallel market activities. So the ministry says that since July 2022, it has been monitoring various accounts of government contractors to see how they deal with the payments that they receive, and now 51 of them have been blacklisted, meaning that they will not be able to supply government. They will not be able to supply, I think, government-related institutions. And once your name is also out there and the like, it also means some government departments, agencies might also not be willing to deal with you. So there is a list of the names of the companies, of the names of the directors, and the ministries in which they would have supplied. So if you had supplied the Ministry of Defense, the name is also there to say, okay, this is your company, this is the director, and this is the ministry that they had supplied goods or services to, and now they've been blacklisted. And government says that this has been done to make sure that there is no instability in our forex market, and anyway, like I highlighted yesterday, to say Mitemo against some of these activities have always been there. The Exchange Control Act, actually, I think there are people who are licensed to change foreign currency. So yeah, it's an interesting development. And in terms of impact, obviously you now have 51 contractors. Probably it depends on how their business was modeled. Imagine if government was your biggest customer. Maybe getting you provide 70% of your products to government related institutions, and now you are blacklisted. It's the impact will be huge, not only to the directors, not only to the company, but even to the employees of these particular companies, if they are real companies that have been getting these contracts to government. So that's another thing. And then also government is saying that the value for money exercise that it has been doing has also helped them save quite a lot of money that they are now channeling to other projects. And I think that if they can extend that to also make sure that issues of corruption, issues of overcharging, if they can also deal with those ones, then I think as a country there is a lot that we can do with the resources that we have within our country and the resources that are being created within our country.
So this one says thumbs up to the government on that move to blacklist those illegal dealings. But tinozodo action isangogumbira kunwa blacklisted.
Yeah, I think if there are any criminalities that were involved, like in this case, obviously, they were trading against the exchange control rules or laws or regulations, against the Exchange Control Act. And so maybe he's right to say maybe criminal procedures. Yeah.
So if blacklisting isina kunzi asungwa isina kunzi pane ma charges.
Yeah, blacklisting is just saying I will not gonna deal with you again.
Ma charges like that.
Ma charges are not ma charges. So if, for example, now if the law enforcement might investigate and say, okay, you were dealing in the illegal foreign currency activities, so we are proceeding through the courts of law. They could do that. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
John is making a comment and a suggestion as well. Says the said part about the list is that none of those names of the companies are originators of goods or services. They are all middlemen. It is mind-boggling why government cannot buy from the manufacturers directly. That's John's comment.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny whether they are just middlemen, because these are names. How do I know if they actually produce these products or actually provide these services? I don't know. But
at the same time, why kill a chain really? Like, I
think John is talking about the issue of a middleman. I don't inflate my prices.
Yes, that's why they actually
they are there, but avazokonzeresere kuti zvinhu zvizongodhura nepasingafani kunge zvichidhurawo.
Yeah, you never know, but it's a valuation, it's a business. If I know where to get things and you don't know where to get things, I will go and get those things and give you. So it's but we don't know who exactly is this, unless you know John knows everyone on the list to say they are all middlemen. But I think being a middleman is not criminal. As long as we are doing it within the confines of the law.
So feel free to drop in your questions on our WhatsApp platform 0719 100404. Let's look at the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, the current update.
Yeah, the ZSC, like I think was it yesterday when I was saying that it's starting to come off, and it might continue to come off. But with this what has happened now, I see yesterday the ZSC was actually down. But with these latest developments where government has come hard on contractors, so if there was anyone who was thinking of looking for foreign currency on the parallel market, I think this week they will have starting from today they will have a change of heart. And if they really have excess money that they want to save or preserve, I think they might start to look at the stock market again. So we are likely to see another rally, but depending on the liquidity that is in the market. But I see a lot of people avoiding the parallel market activities for now, so that they can channel resources towards the look for opportunities rather towards the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. So we might start to see the market going up again, because the liquidity is there. The money is out there looking for a home, and so if you can't buy foreign currency officially or illegally, then the stock market stands to benefit from that. But just to give you the actual numbers there in terms of trading yesterday, so for the first time in more than almost a month now, the ZSC was down by 0.22%. That's the all share index. The ZSC top 10 index was down by 0.41%. Although the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange was actually positive, up by 1.12%. Just looking at the funny thing, as much as the ZSC was down yesterday, it was brought down by just 3 companies that were in the negative territory. ZHO was the biggest loser, 12.26% down, followed by CBZ. I think CBZ is the one that dragged the market lower the most, because it was down by 2.99%. But remember that it's a big counter on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. So when it moves, it pulls down quite a number of. In fact, it pulls down the market. But there were still some risers. Pro Plastics up 14.44%, Star Africa adding 10.63%, Marshall Land Holdings putting on 10.48%, NMB 3.77% to the good, and Aftis adding 2.85%. And talking about Aftis, yesterday they released what we call a trading update, just to tell us how they've performed in the first quarter of their 2025 financial year. And they are telling us that their volumes grew by 6%, largely driven by wines. They do wines. The volumes for wines were up by 29%, and then volumes for ready to drink products were up by 9%, and then you have their spirits were up by a marginal 1%. So this is AFTIS saying that their volumes continue to grow. Saka vanhu vari kunwa doro. Vanhu vari kunwa doro, mawines, people are drinking. So AFTIS is one of those companies, and it's actually Delta is one of the major shareholders in AFTIS as well.
Kudzi anzi namai Rumbi pamwe pamunongogara muchitaura kuti the bulls raging.
Yes.
Ma bulls api aya. Zvinorevei.
Yeah, so you know when the market is going up, people relate that to when bulls are rampaging. And you know, when you're talking about when you're very positive about something, you say you're bullish. I'm sure my I'm bullish. I know this is gonna work. I'm so confident that it's gonna work. So when the market is like that, when it's going up strongly, we say the bulls are rampaging. So that's the people will be bullish about the market. And then the opposite of that is the bears. So that's when we say the market is got bearish behavior, that's when it is reversing or coming off. So we say bulls and bears when it comes to the market. Others in the past, they would call them diamonds and dogs. So when the market is those quality counters on the stock market, they are called diamonds, and then those ones that are not so well are called dogs. So you'd hear diamonds and dogs. Those are other words that are used when describing the markets.
Okay, so Esdue is back again today with. Please allow me to ask again. As you promised yesterday, the bank charges, what are the differences, say, on average between the building society and a commercial bank? Say we use $1,000 as arbitrary figure.
Evi tiri papo kandaida kutongunzwa ndepi account yandikasenze kuti ndite mari. Savings account, what type of account could inonditisa mari like here in Zimbabwe right now?
So if it's about money, yes, savings account, you can actually get some interest rates that are there. But kune anonzi ma fixed term deposits, those ones anenge aine ma higher interest rates. So these are like your 90 days, 180 days, 270, 360 days, my fixed term deposits. Yes, those ones you can make more money. And then ratinongovhura current account ndere kungoita se ndere kungotransacta current account ndori nevakawanda harina ma-interest because ingori mari upinda uchita ma-transactions ako. But savings account, I think the Reserve Bank set a minimum of 7.5% for savings account. So if your money is in the savings account, you get that interest. And then if it's in a fixed term deposits, so savings account, we are expecting that you are not going to be withdrawing your money anytime soon. But then fixed term deposits, we are actually going like in a fixed terms, 90 days. This is what they will pay you for pay annum. And then the other question was on bank charges between
savings.
Between building societies and your commercial bank. So in the past, in Zimbabwe, I'm not sure if there's really any difference between building societies, because most of these building societies are now part of the commercial bank. I'm not sure which one still has. FBC used to have. I'm not sure if they have not yet.
When the founders building society.
Unoziva kuti tina chayakatirera isusu yainzi POSB. Waisirwa bhengi rako rePOSB rere.
Bhuku regreen.
Uchonzwa red range riri premier.
Rotorera kuti ribatwe ka red stop.
Yeah, so I think those products are missing in our markets. Maybe it's because of the economy, especially when it comes to inflation. So you might have those accounts still there, and they have what low interest rates. But inflation is hyper. We are in a hyperinflation environment, and you are getting. Imagine you get 7%, and the inflation is 50%. There's no point in putting your money there. Also, what is affected as these continuous currency changes. I'm happy that Deputy Minister of Finance, David Mnangagwa, said when Victoria Falls, he said the ZiG is the last currency that Zimbabwe will ever have. So hopefully it will be like that. But the currency changes that we have had has also meant. I remember I actually have. I won't mention the bank where I opened my accounts for my kids. during the dollarization era. You know, I think I had just gone for about 6 months in summer contributions, and then we went back to the Zimbabwean dollar. So yeah, I will have to go and look at those accounts again. Yeah, hopefully they're accumulating some interest there. Yeah. So yeah, back to the question about building societies. I think building societies, they remember that they lend angari mortgages so they lend for the long term. Saka ma charges avo as is high as commercial banks. Yes, and but commercial banks, my building societies, yes. But inonzi mortgage in Zimbabwe is 5 years, and yet in other markets tutotangira pa 25 zvichienda mberi. Uchibhadhara ningerekeni, but isusu muZimbabwe mortgages andiri kutoona pana advertised on one of these banks rine properties is 5 years. Do I want to mortgage iyoyo?
Ndikatasaka salary kangu kudzika.
Ndachitoona mamwe maningi acho, imwe yacho inoti per month unofanira kubhadhara $211, and then there's another one iritori higher depending size. So here is $211 per month. 300 square meters, and mortgage yacho ndeye 5 years. So yeah,
unongotambira
300. Yeah, so we don't have turungo yes product ngaira mberi more market, but it's not the proper mortgage.
It's not lucrative.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
So you guys are suggesting that you padzoke my account ahead.
Yeah, do you know why? Do you know why? Yes, do you know why? But you'd understand where these financial institutions are coming from. For example, through this multi-currency system up to 2030, and already we are saying maybe in 2 years' time, monocurrency. I understand the Deputy Minister of Finance said we need at least 2.5 billion in our reserves for us to do that. If it happens in 2 years, then why not? So already someone is saying, if I give Tinashe a mortgage facility of 20 years, multi-currency, ndampa mortgage facility 20 years, US dollar. What if in 2030 multi-currency of Amira kwakunzi tadzoka kuziki only? So these dynamics are some of the reasons why mortgages are not there. The other one is that of inflation. We've had periods of massive hyperinflation, and what it does is that I know people vakatenga mastens and it's in 14,000 US and and then all of a sudden inflation is there. And munhu akupedzisira paanga achiwana kubhadhara mari iri equivalent to 14,000, munhu iye akazopedzisira abhadhara maybe 2,000, just atowana stand akatopedza kubhadhara. Vanhu vachingonobhena mari woyo obva vabhadhara because panenge paiswa mutemo wekutoti hapasina munhu achabvumidzwa kutengesa. You remember pane mutemo wakangouya naProfessor Mutulunibe wekuti all transactions, all statements, accounts ese angari mu-US dollar Zimbabwean dollar at 1:1. And you see, so you were owing about 10,000, all of a sudden you're paying about money equivalent to 1,000. So people benefit. Saka my banks say akatra. So izvozvo zvinoita kuti vave cautious in extending long-term mortgage. So it is the environment at the end of the day that has prevented us from having some of these products that we see in other markets.
All right, thank you so much for that, Kudzi. Just a quick one before we look onto our last aspect. What happened to the Zebra invitation? The invitation is there. They were supposed to be with us this week, but unfortunately they got tied up with something else. They should be with us next week.
I remember yesterday during the mid-afternoon, I was actually talking to one of the guys there, and you're saying, I'm almost finalizing. And then later on in the day, I know we have had other commitments, so we won't be able to come.
But they will be with us next week.
They will be with us, yeah.
All right, so let's look at the current update in terms of the SADC Industrialization Week.
Yeah, it's starting on Sunday. which is though mostly a media day, and then Monday the investment forum, and there are many other activities throughout the week until the 2nd of August. So this is a massive. I've seen several ministers from regional SADC countries that I've already confirmed that they are coming. More than 1,300 delegates have registered, and also it's open for free, especially the exhibitions. There are more than 300 institutions or companies or industries or manufacturers that will be exhibiting at the SADC industrialization. 350 at Rainbow Towers.
Okay.
Yes, so about 300 and more than 300 exhibitors, 39 of them foreigners, and then the balance locals. They've since registered to be exhibiting. So it's going to be massive. Let's come and look at the opportunities. Not only opportunities in Zimbabwe, but also opportunities in the region. There are also foreign investors that are also coming. About 24 foreign investors that are also coming. So yeah, it's going to be good.
All right, Kudzi, thank you so much for Business Focus today. We discuss more tomorrow. Have yourself a great Thursday.
Business Focus with Kudzi Sharara on the Champions League Breakfast.